Hello and welcome to Flesh Made Fear, an indie horror game inspired by the classic PlayStation games and the original Resident Evil trilogy. This game was developed by Tainted Pack, who are well known for their titles such as Terror at Oakheart and Massacre at the Mirage, as well as Suffer the Night. This game has been in my radar for some time. It follows a group of Special Force unit investigating a small town involving a mad scientist. And based on the cover art or title screen or whatever, that ghoulish character is the scientist. So this game is a demo. That means we're not going to be playing throughout the entire game until the full game is released. But luckily, Halloween is just around the corner, so let's check what this game is about. RIP, Reaper Intervention Platoon, Jack Bones Richard, Weapon Specialist, and Natalie Nix Lewis, Medic. So right off the bat, this game gives you the options to play two different characters based on the scenario, just like the original Resident Evil. Unfortunately for Natalie, or Nix, we're unable to play it because, like I said, this is a demo, so we're stuck with Jax here. Then, with that said, let's begin. But before we do, let's take a moment to rise for the national anthem. I don't know why I randomly brought that up, but somehow I just want to show appreciation for baseball. Excuse me. So, here it is.
Oh, say.
And now here's the game. Enjoy.
The Ripper Files is a story shrouded in mystery and betrayal at the highest levels. Listen carefully as I explain the events that preceded tonight's incident. Victor Ripper was a leading scientist for the MK-Ultra project. His work on mind control was cutting edge. Genius, they called him. But it wasn't enough. He needed more, and craved a way to unlock the deepest layers of the human mind. He sought a way to create the perfect soldier through drugs and other nefarious means. Each experiment pushed him further. Victims became pawns in his quest, their minds shattered by invasive techniques. He searched for a way to break and control the very soul. His research eventually led him to a single conclusion. To understand control, he had to experience it. Victor became his own test subject, dosing himself with compounds meant to dominate the mind. Ripper explored his mind's deepest, darkest caverns in a quest to dominate and control it. But the compounds took him further than he could handle. His mind fractured, flooded with terror and visions of darkness, eventually tearing away his humanity until only a shadow remained. He vanished, taking every shred of research and an arsenal of mind-altering compounds. What was once Victor Ripper was now a husk, twisted by his own creation. It wasn't long before people started disappearing. First one, then another. Signs of Victor Ripper's twisted experiments had begun to haunt the small town of Rotwood on the edge of nowhere. An old mansion, abandoned for decades, had become his refuge, a lair where his experiments found new life. They call him the Ripper now, a name whispered in fear. Recon Specialist Cole Whitlock was the first to investigate the string of disappearances. His orders were to report anything suspicious in this quiet town. However, all communication with Specialist Cole has been lost, prompting the deployment of a rapid response unit. The Reaper Intervention Platoon, the RIP Squad, was assembled. It is a don't ask, don't tell unit, trained to take care of the government's dirty little secrets. Their orders are simple. Find out what happened to Agent Cole, locate the Ripper, and destroy him, along with any trace of his existence.
Listen up. Cole's last transmission came from the outskirts of Hotwood. He reported signs of victory was handiwork, but before we could get the details, he went silent. Our mission is to find them and confirm if the Reaper is active in this area. Be ready for anything. This ain't just another hole. If the Reaper's here, there's no telling what awaits us.
We've walked into nightmares before, Bill. We've come out of them, too.
I gotta admit, this place has all the makings of a horror movie. Seriously, what kind of a guy calls a place Rotwood? Sounds like the name of a lousy punk band.
You're not wrong. This whole area feels like it's dead. No birds, no wildlife, just silence.
Once we find Cole, maybe we can catch a late-night movie. What do you say, guys?
Cut the joke, Zach. Focus. This isn't a movie. It's a mission.
We've lost good men before. Let's not add Cole to the list.
It's not just about bringing him back. If Cole's in trouble, it means we're already walking into something bigger than we expected. We can't let our guard down for a second.
Stick to your roles, keep comms tight, and watch each other's backs. If the Ripper is there, he's mine.
I don't know, Kat. I mean, we're good. This is Ripper guy. He's not just another bad guy. He's a ghost wrapped in crazy. We all read the file.
Ghost or not, Marcus, he's left a trail. Trails lead to tracks, and tracks lead to a hunt. That's what we do.
Don't get rattled. We'll take him down. Same as any other target.
Hey, Zach, we almost there. I don't know how much longer I can stay cooped up in here.
It's funny you mentioned that. Big B, we have an issue.
What is it, Zach?
Well, sir, it's the Bascule Bridge leading into town. Some joker left it up. We can't...
Alright. Cut the engine. Everybody, grab your gear. Looks like we're on foot until we get that bridge lowered.
I basically skipped that.
The bridge is up, and unless someone's packing another one in their back pocket, we need to find another way across.
How incredibly inconvenient.
Alright, get around. When I looked over the map of the area, I noticed two forest paths branching out from the road. Both paths lead to the river, and hopefully, one of them's a way to cross. The controls to lower the bridge must be on the other side.
So now we're playing Trailblazers in the middle of nowhere? What if it's a dead end?
That bridge ain't gonna lower itself. So, unless you've got a better idea, this is the plan. Natalie, Marcus, you'll take the west path. Katja, Jack, you've got the east. Zach and I'll stay with the truck. Keep the area secure.
A nice moonlit stroll through the forest sounds kind of romantic, doesn't it?
Save it. No one's interested in your jokes right now.
You ever think about how splitting up always ends badly in the movies?
Better hope nothing sneaks up on you while you're babysitting the truck.
I'll have you know, I'm excellent at truck babysitting. It's a specialized skill.
Yeah, just don't prank Bill while we're gone, or you'll be walking back to base.
Enough. You have your orders. Stick to your teams, keep your radios on, and move quickly.
Alright, let's get this mission started. Let's see here. Let me just talk to Bill.
Jack, you've got a job to do. Stay focused and get it done.
Aye aye, Capitan. And let's see what Zach has to say.
Don't go all Rambo on us, big guy. We need you alive. To lug around the heavy stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure. Honestly, who wears sunglasses in the middle of the night anyway? Alright, enough said. Let me just check around just to see. Oh, so I guess the inventory is basically a different button rather than pause or select. And I didn't mention this before, but the artwork seems pixelated, and instead having like this green radar pulse thing, it just shows a blood bag as the health. Alright, let me see the journal. I mean the map, but we don't have it. Okay, what we have here: classification, high probability target, analyst, the Ripper, former occupation, CIA research scientist, MK Ultra project lead, status at large, extremely dangerous. Victor Renser once was the CIA. Alright, so basically this says that he is a scientist, and we already read the prologue intro. Pagan rituals and the occult. And one thing that I noticed, that there's a tape recorder, so we may listen to audio log as well. Okay, let's see. This is a tank control, as you can see. That's nice. How do I run? Oh, just circle. So there's going to be plenty of files and all that stuff, so I'm not going to be reading as much as I can because of my pronunciation and all that stuff. Let's see. Is this the way to go? Path to Rockwood Campground. Okay. Bill orders to investigate the east path. Alright, so the others are just in that location. So I'm guessing that the different scenario, Natalie, is they took that direction and had to take the other one. Okay, Ranger Lookout Tower. Let me just check my inventory just to see what I have. Which looks like, let me see, this is a combat dagger. Let me see what this does. Oh, that's nice. So instead of having the standard combat knife, the small one, I just have two large blade object. Nice. Let me check the other one. Glock 22. Oh, that's nice. It has a laser pointer. Alright, enough said. Let's move on. Again, I'm looking forward to this game because it feels very Resident Evil-ish, as I said before. And this is a long path. Most of the environment is too foggy, which is a nice touch. Okay, I'm not gonna keep running my mouth. I just need to focus my objective. And we have a truck. Let's see. A vehicle for the Rockwood Forest Ranger. It looks completely abandoned. What do we have here? Tainted ballistic. Box for the bullets. Again, this has a pretty nice touch to look around the item, rotating and all, similar to the Resi games. The first one. Let's move on. Let me see. And I really like the camera angle from most of the area. There it is, the tower.
What in the hell happened here?
Jeez. It looks like something ripped this gate wide open.
Maybe it was a bear? Or some kind of other animal?
I don't know. Judging from all this blood, it had to be something enormous. Keep your head on a swivel. Whatever did this could still be out here.
I don't like this. Let's check out the rest of the station.
We gotta get the power up and running. Can you check that generator and see if it's running?
Yeah, one sec. Let me take a look. Almost got it. There, that should do it.
Wow. I can't believe you got that old rust bucket to turn over.
I guess years of fixing beat-up motorcycles for beer money finally paid off.
Alright, let's have a look around. I'll secure the ground floor and see what I can find. You head up to the tower. There may be some clues to what happened here.
Alright, keep an eye out. I'll only be a shot away if you need me.
Kat's voice sounds very calm and toned down. Where do I go? Okay, here. It looks like someone was trying to burn something quickly. Ash and fuse are all over the place. I don't have to use the bathroom. So let's go into up to the tower. This basically reminds me a lot like one of Puppet Combo's early games, Night Watch. You play as a park ranger looking around the forest on a watchtower. It's somewhere connected to the Power Drill Massacre game. Nothing here, let's just go inside, see what we can find. Darkness. A fire fundo, a tool used to help pinpoint fires in the location area. It's covered in dry blood. No doubt. And what do we got here?
God is not here. It's written in dried blood. Someone wanted that to be the last thing seen, as if they knew no one was coming to save them. If the Ripper's behind this, he's not just taking people, he's breaking them, making them believe there's no hope. Wait, what's this? A map? It's only of the local area. It doesn't show the layout of Broadwood, but it could still be helpful.
So we have the map. Let's take a look. So we're in the ranger station, and nearby is the water tower. And what do we got here? Hunter cabin, bridge residence, station, gas station, sheriff house, trailer park, and the tunnel to Rockwood. Alright, let's see what we can find. What else we can find? Tainted locks, so we don't have the combination. Let's just look around just to see if we can find any ideas. Excuse me. The Long Ranger radio is destroyed. This wasn't an animal attack. Sign of frantic struggle. The blood has ovulated. Whatever happened here happened a while ago. Oh, we found a journal. Okay, what we have here, 8 pages. Another morning, another set of oddities. 3rd week in a row I found mutilated deer in the clear path of North Ridge. Clean cuts like a butcher handiwork, except for no hunter, no human could leave incision this perfect. The coyotes won't touch it, the remains, which is strange. No fly either. It's like the air itself knows better than to go too close. I reported this to the station in Kingswood, but they brushed me off. Said it was poachers. They clearly haven't seen what it seems. Poachers don't skin animals like they dish at lab experiments. There's something off about this place. I thought I'd be used to quiet by now. Hell, it sounds like up for the solitude. But they're quiet. And then there's this. It's like the forest isn't just silent. It's watching. The birds doesn't sing here. Not anymore. Even the wind feels like it's holding its breath. Last night I found another deer near the old creek bed. Poor thing. Looks like it has been besieged. I can't see. Clean cuts, piercing, not the works of a predator, and yet its heart was still beating, barely. I put it out to misery, but it's been hunting me. This isn't natural. I really cannot read about this. Alright. People are disappearing. Locals from Rockwood are vanishing without a trace. I received scattered reports all over the radio. Missing hikers, families not coming home, strange sounds echoing in the woods, the town's buzzing in the rumor, cult, druggies, even ghosts. Cheryl says to keep calm, but you can't see it is his eyes. He's scared too. I radio HQ about this disappearance and these mutilation. Got to the usual runaround. Will sent someone to investigate. Yeah, sure. Still waiting. Something stalking me on my patrol. I see it in the shadow just as the edge of my vision. It's too big to be a wolf, but it moves like one. Fast, quick, deliberate. This morning I found traces near the tower, 2 monstrous claw marks, but the grape was all wrong. Whatever those prints, it was standing on 2 legs. I locked the gate to the tower and put the key in the lock pad. 329, the same code as always. It doesn't matter. Lock won't stop this thing if it wants in. The radio picked up something last night, static at first, then a voice. It didn't sound human. I don't know how to describe it. The words were slow, rapped as if someone were speaking underwater. it repeated the same thing over and over. He is coming. I couldn't sleep. The voice on the radio, it tells me to do terrible things. I'm losing track of time. Long period of blacking out. I try to leave, but the voices convince me to stay. I smashed the radio with an axe, but the voice wouldn't stop. I cut myself doing it. Blood everywhere. Something out there waiting, watching. I can't hear it scratching and clawing at the gates. Curling its fence. I don't know what I want, but I can let it have me. I pray to God and ask for salvation, but only that damn voice on my radio responded, laughing at me, telling me that if I want salvation, I have to burn the sin out of me. Only fire will save me. I will cleanse my sins and body with fluids of flame. All right, that was interesting. So, yeah, sorry about reading that file. I can't speak. So let's just go check the safe. Right, there it is. And put in the combination. Done. Ranger station key. Don't mind if I do. I just didn't want to read the whole thing because I'm just trying to save time. Plus, I'm a bit flustered when it comes to strong vocabularies. Alright, let's see. Cat.
Well, did you find anything useful?
Found the ranger's journal. He saw things, strange things, disappearances, mutilated animals. Seemed like he'd lost his mind.
Anything that could point to the Ripper?
Yeah, maybe. I just don't know enough yet to pinpoint what happened here. I did find the gate key, though.
So, we keep moving then. Answers aren't going to find themselves.
Alright, let's open this gate. Where is it? There it is. It's locked with a simple key padlock. Oh, I can't open. Okay, so I'm gonna have to manually go to my inventory and do that. Basically, when you try to unlock something, you just do it automatically. Okay, let's just move on. I'm guessing that the Ripper is somehow tied or not similar or inspired by H.P. Lovecraft, Herbert West, and that is a pretty nice looking shot. I'm guessing that it takes place somewhere in either in Massachusetts or Connecticut, but I doubt.
This place just keeps getting better and better, doesn't it? What kind of sick mind carves a tree into a mouth?
I'm guessing the kind we're looking for. Look at this. Blood everywhere. Something happened here, and there's something inside.
Careful, Jack. It could be a trap.
Relax, Cat. There's one thing I've learned, it's that the shiny stuff is always worth the risk.
If you lose your hand, I'm not dragging you back to the truck.
Alright, let's see what's inside the mouth of the tree, which is very oddly carved. Let me see what this is about. Okay. Oh, this is a quick time. Simple. So let's see. A new journal entry, okay? And it's a secret Ripper tape, number 1. So it says here where I can play the audio so I don't have to read the thing. Let's see what it says.
The human mind. Such a fragile, malleable thing. In my early days with the MK Ultra project, they called me a pioneer. We sought to unearth the keys to control, to unlock the code of consciousness itself. I devoted my life to it. The serums, the stimuli, the tests. What we accomplished was extraordinary. But it wasn't enough. The mind resists. It clings to its identity like a drowning man to driftwood. So, I asked myself, what if I could make the mind a blank canvas, ready to be rewritten? A godlike power, mine to wield.
Yeah, godlike power, I doubt. Let's just keep moving. And so far we haven't found any monsters or baddies or whatever. And let me just check real quick. That shadow whenever I run, I don't know if that's a error or a glitch or whatever, but it just feels distracting. Maybe it's just there for some reason. And that goes the same for the texture whenever there's a dialogue going on. That's also distracting. And there's the water tower, so I'll just explain that later. For now, let's just go up and see what we have. Water tower, no doubt. Let's see here. Anything over this part? No. What about the other way? Other side. No, there's something. A pile of meat, perhaps?
What the hell is this? Cat, come in.
What's up? Find anything up there?
Yeah, I just found what looks like some kind of mutilated animal remains, or maybe some kind of regurgitated slop of what used to be an animal. I can't make out what it is. It looks pretty fresh. I don't know what did this, but I suspect it might be whatever smashed through the ranger station gate.
Alright, well, now I'm creeped out. Get back down here. We've got to keep moving. The sooner we find a way to cross the river and regroup with everyone else, the better.
Copy that. Jack out.
Or jack off. That sounds better.
Disgusting.
Yeah, you're right. That was bad. Jack off. God damn it. What was I thinking with that? Alright. Let's move on. Yeah, another thing, as I was saying, the texture, whenever there's a dialogue going on, you hear the typing sound throughout the text. I find that very distracting, so that's something that needs to be fixed when the game is released. And I hear something over there, some sort of waterfall. But other than that, I actually like this so far. The camera angle, the texture vibes, all that stuff. Whispering Fall. Whispering Fall. Ugh, I can't speak. Whispering Fall. That doesn't sound like a whisper. It just sounds more like a large sound, paper scraping or something. It's pretty late, so yeah, I just can't speak today. Let me see if there's anything over here. No. Okay, there's a bridge, so let's check.
This bridge looks like it's seen better days.
It'll hold. Probably. Not like we have much of a choice.
If we're crossing this, we do it smart. One at a time. Less weight, better odds.
Yeah, you're right. No sense in testing fate with both of us out there. I'll go first.
Keep your center of gravity low. Move steady. If it gives, jump clear. Don't hesitate.
I'll make it. And if I don't, well, you're in charge of writing the report.
Hilarious, Jack. Just take it slow, please. Jack, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Get off the bridge, Jack. The rest of it could snap at any moment.
Oh, crap. Wow, that was almost fish food. Damn, lost my comms in a river. Great, guess I'm solo from here.
Jack, listen. I'll head back to Bill and Zach. I'll tell them what happened here and what we found. You focus on finding a way to lower the bridge on that side.
Got it. I'll figure something out. Just stay sharp, alright?
I will. Don't take any unnecessary risks. You used up your luck for the night.
Luck's all I've got left. See you on the other side.
Actually, luck has nothing to do with any of this. Also, I gotta admit, the ripple texture seems pretty spot on. Nice, crisp, especially from a far away distance. Real nice. Alright, let's just move on. Also, I just wanted to point out that RIP is somehow, like, inspired by stars from Resident Evil. Man, there's so much I wanted to point out. That's awesome. Alright, time to go up this hill. And so far, there's no baddies around. Another tree. And there's a cabin nearby. I wonder what happened if I get it wrong. Let me just see real quick. Yeah, I guess that explains. Let me see if my health is... I can't tell my health is bad, but it's good so far, so let's try this again. Thank you very much. And I'm sure there's going to be more of this throughout the entire game. So let's see what we have. Another tape from the Ripper.
The others in the project, they lacked vision. Too confined by the leash of ethics, regulations, bureaucracy. MK Ultra was meant to revolutionize the human mind, to break the barriers of consciousness. Instead, it became a hollow shell of its potential. Suffocated. My cowards. My serums. My masterpiece were showing results that they couldn't even comprehend. But they refused to see it. The failures. They called them catastrophic. I called them necessary. Progress is built on the broken bones of trial and error. So I made a choice. If they wouldn't allow me to test on others, I would test on myself. The serum felt electric. my thoughts became clearer, sharper. I could see connections, patterns, truths that had been hidden from me. I took everything, every file, every vial, every shred of research. I walked out of that sterile prison and left their small minds behind. They think I disappeared. No. I evolved.
Yeah, evolve into a nut job. Let's check the cabin. In the woods. Hunting cabin east. I wonder if this is a nod to Evil Dead. Alright, let's see. What do we got here? Paraffin wax. Soft, solid wax desired for or oil shared. Can be used to save progress and stationary set with a wax. Oh, so basically this is actually like saving your progress, but instead of using an ink ribbon, you're using this. Something similar to when you're, like, supposedly if you're using a letter, you just want to stamp something warm so the wax can be a shape of a symbol or something like that. Let me just check around just to see what we have. Collectible plushie. A doggy. Puppy. And what do we have here? Alright, hold on a second. Oh, you just store your items in the storage box. Another plus for the inspiration for Resident Evil. I don't have anything with me that's important or less important, so let's just get this and try to look around just to see. Okay, so I had to start over again because the game crashed, so I gotta go all the way from the beginning. Also, I can do this. Quick turn. That's new. Alright, enough said. Let me just put this wax thing away. And I'm not sure if I get to use the key later, so we'll just keep that for now. And get my gun. And move on to find my comrades before the Ripper does. Alrighty then. What do we have here? Do you want to jump down? Of course I do. Alley-oop. What the hell is that? Let me check over here. Hello? Anyone there? Looks like we just met our first baddie. Unfortunately, we won't be seeing him again until later. And let's check over here. Hold up, let me just check my map first. And we're near the bridge station. So let me just check just to see where I have to go. Alright, there's the bridge. Let's check in one of these buildings. No parking. It's locked. Of course it is. Yeah, there's the bridge. I'm already on the other side, but I gotta find a way to lower it down. Let's just check over here. Let me just see this car. Okay, nothing there, so let's just go inside. And we found ourselves another safe room, which I didn't mention before. Small bandage, of course. I can use this. And we have ourselves another plushie. Another plushie. Looks like a chicken in a cauldron. Got ourselves more ammo. And yet we haven't even found any enemies just yet. So let's just check what do we have over here. Let me see. What do you know? Another tree. With yet another you know what. Let's just try to get this in. Okie dokie. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, I was just thinking, doing some research, I just found out that this game was formerly known as Flesh and Fear. But somehow they just changed it to make it more legit. Alright, let me just check what this audio says. What do you know? Another one, so let's just hear what the good doctor has to say.
Domination of thought alone is incomplete. My serums, remarkable as they were, left their victims as little more than empty shells, hollow vessels stripped of will and identity. Control? Yes. But it was fleeting, impermanent. Something was missing. The answer had always been there, lurking in the shadows of my research, back in the MK Ultra days. Pagan rites, demonic invocations. Those were dismissed as curiosities irrelevant to the grand scientific mission. But I saw the threads, the possibilities others were too blind to grasp. After my liberation from the project, I had the freedom to explore what they wouldn't dare touch. It wasn't enough to shatter the mind, to truly impose my will. I needed to bind their very souls. The rituals, as ancient as the soil itself, I infused my serums with energies that defy reason, drawn from rites, whispered in forgotten tongues. The results were transformative, but there were complications. The body, fragile, imperfect, reacted violently, reshaping itself in grotesque ways. I need more subjects, more vessels, a secluded place where I can work unimpeded and with a supply of fresh meat.
Yeah, he's more as a villain than anything I can hear and stuff. Alright, let me just get my ink thing. Wax thing, excuse me. Okay. And try to save it. There we go. And well, it's not exactly a typewriter, but probably just wrote something. Let me just take that out and put it back where it is. And I'm not sure if we get to use the key anymore. I don't know why it hasn't been discorded. Is that how it's pronounced? Alright, let's just move on. Into the other side. Just trying to get this thing done. And yet there's no sign of anything suspicious. All except that we're already in the gas station. Let's see. Okay, that's a pretty nice angle. Okie dokie, let's see. Nothing here. And this looks like a beat up looking pickup truck. Too redneckish, or just rusted up. It's locked, of course it is. And what do we got here? The ice machine is covered in blood. No kidding. Let's see the dumpster. Nope. Nothing. Wait a minute. What does this says? It's something percent. 98% self-served. Okay. I don't know nothing about the percentage price of gases at that time, so the current price nowadays is just crazy as hell expensive. You have no idea. Alright, let me see what we have over here. A crudely constructed barricade to keep something out or in. I wonder why, what for, or what's behind those barricades. As if I already know. Let's just check over here. I didn't have a chance to see. Okay, bathroom. And this is the women's restroom. I'm not even supposed to be here. Oh, another bandage. Nice. And a toilet. Let me just see. Wait, what? Oh, they actually said the quote from Army of Darkness. Nice. Pretty nice Easter egg. Alright, let me just check the men's room now. And something tells me that something's gonna happen. Based on the angle. Okay, just to be sure.
What happened here? Blood everywhere. This corpse doesn't look like a normal dead body. No scent of rot or decay, but clear signs of necrotic flesh. The name tag on his coveralls says Rusty. He must be the owner of the gas station. A key labeled gas station next to his hand. Looks like it was clenched in his hand until the moment he died. Alright, Rusty. I'm just gonna borrow this. Don't take it personal. What the?
I think he took it personal. Jesus Christ. 8, 9 shot? I'm not sure how many was that. But I already got the keys, so let's get out of here. So much for that kill. Wait. Okay, note to self. Killing any of those zombies, or basically any monster, has the ability to have their body explode. That's new. Let's get out of here.
More of them? What the hell happened to those people?
I really don't know, and I don't want to know. So let's just go into the gas station and unlock this before those things eat me. It's locked. God damn it. They really need to fix this as well. Let me just check just to make sure. Gas station, of course, so... Oh, more of these things are inside. Oh, there we go. They really need to just do something like fix it so we don't have to do it manually. I gotta sneak behind this guy. Or gal. 3 shots. God damn it. How do I reload? I don't know how to do this. No, that's not it. Bullets. Okay, there we go. So you're gonna have to go to the inventory and reload rather than automatically. Oh, there we go. And waiting for him to explode like a water balloon. Whatever. Or basically like smash like a watermelon, like Galaga, smashing it with a hammer. Okay, I wonder if there's any more of these freaks. There's one. And some of these basically are just easier to shoot depending on on which position you're aiming it. What do we have here? A blood black. Heals player combined with compound serum to boost the effectiveness. Okay, so this is more like a spray, health spray from Resident Evil, but with blood. And looks like some sort of syringe. Serum compound blue. Combined with the blood bag to boost, all that stuff. Let me just check how this works. Oh, I don't have it. I really need to press them all the way because somehow whenever I try to, I always forget that I thought I actually picked it up, but I didn't. Let me try to combine this just to see what it looks like. And we have ourselves the blue blood bag serum, which is odd because if you just mix it up with the blue and red, I thought it was just going to be purple. Combined with purple. Yeah, it's literally supposed to be purple, but instead it's just plain blue. Feels like I'm just sounding very negative and all that, but yeah, I'm just try to keep a positive mind. What do we have here, actually? Oh. This looks like one of the previous game from Tainted Pack. The arcade cabinet of Terror at Oakheart, Massacre at the Mirage, and Suffer the Night, excuse me. So, to be respectfully honest, I would say that Massacre at the Mirage is my least favorite because basically, while it does have like a slasher film vibe to it, it just feels like most of the character you play just die automatically, which is an idea for any horror film or slasher film. But to one credit that I have to give to Tainted Pack is the soundtrack. So much 80 vibes, you have no idea how good that music is. Alright, enough said, let's move on. Also, I gotta say that it kind of reminds me of something I just forgot. Alright, let me see where we are. This taxi is in the way. No. Let's just go over here and see what we can find in this area. There's a gate here, but let me just check around. Tool shack. Okay, let me see what we have. There is a blueprint here. It looks like someone was trying to build a bomb. It should try and make it. I should try to make it. It could be useful. I could assemble the charge for the truck and a few other items. Okay. Let me check my journal, see what it says here. Okay, item needed to assemble demolition charge. Breaching charge, fuel, reactor, chemical, duct tape. Bring all 4 items to the workbench to assemble the charge. No problem. Honestly, I'm not sure if we get to use the key anymore for Rusty's. Okay, in you go. So let's move on. Just to make sure, I still have 13 rounds. Okay. Let's see what we can find over here in this area. Something here.
That person doesn't look like the others I ran into. Hello? Are you okay? Do you need help?
Yeah, screaming and fake acting. Ooh, okay.
What is that thing?
Kind of reminds me of the... Hold on a second. God damn it. Ooh, okay. So basically, it reminds me a lot like those figures from Silent Hill 2. Okay. Also, somehow if I get too close, that thing might explode. Alright, that's fine. Let's just move on into the cabin. Another one in the woods. No, that's the sheriff's house. Okay, so... And what the hell is this? The change remained of a large creature. Was it once a human? Doesn't look like a human anymore, that's for sure. Let me just check around here just to see what we can find. Alright. So yeah, one of those things that I wish that this game could work on is the item to get rid of it once it's done, or the automatic activation, like when you're trying to reload something or unlock a door. That could be useful if it's worked. Instead, you would just have to go to them rather than go to the manual to do that. Rather going to your inventory to do that, what I'm trying to say. More wax. Let me see what we can find. The bedroom is boarded up. I need to find tools to loosen the board. Let me see what we can find then. Fireplace. The fire is lit. Someone was here recently. I wonder who. Another plushie. Sharky plushie. And no, it's not Baby Shark. So no Baby Shark song. And I hear a lot of thumping and moaning somewhere. More of these things. Come get some. I'm just trying to make a quote for Bruce Campbell when he said that to a deadite at the end of Army of Darkness. The bath is full of disgusting yellow liquid. You have to be crazy to reach in and drain it. Yeah. Diarrhea. Poo-poo water. I'm gonna have to use my daggers real soon. Oh, there it is. The sound that's coming from this. It's locked. Okay, so let's just check what we have to find here. Dinner. Kitchen. Bloody fireplace poker. God damn it. I keep forgetting that I have to press the green button just to grab it. Because I'm so used to playing Resident Evil that instead of trying to say yes, it's just, I thought I always pick it up. Let's see here. Nope, it doesn't work. Fireplace, perhaps? That doesn't work either, so let me check over here into the bathtub. Oh, okay. Let's see what's inside.
The corpses start liquefying inside the water. The stench is grotesquely pungent. She's holding something in her hands.
Pee-pee? No, it says a girl. Or is it a man? Wee-wee. Okay, that was just immature. So I got myself a hammerhead right here, so I'm gonna have to find a handle for the hammer. Let's just try upstairs. Actually, let me just check what's inside this closet. Nothing. Upstairs it is. More of these things. Let's see how this works actually. Oh, nice. So instead of trying to use the combat knife, I just have to hit him with that numerous time. 3 strikes. I mean, 2 strike each. And we got ourselves the handle for the hammer. Let me see what we saw here. No, okay, that's nothing there, right? So let me see if I can try to. Hold on, what was that? Oh, that's just... Okay, that was just a thing. Box. Let me combine this with the hammer. 2 hammers. Okay, that's very odd. Alright, let me see what we have. And I still have 2 hammers, which is very odd. The process of decay and rot is so far among that the flesh has melted into the mattress. Yikes, how's that even possible? TV. A plague of a disgusting middle-aged police officer. I can't read that. God damn it, what? I gotta get rid of one of them. I don't know how that's possible that two hammers are just there. Another bug. Oh, I found journals, that's for sure. And what is this? The basement key. Nice. I'm not going to check just yet. And what do we have here? Various award pertaining to the police service. Okay. Why is that familiar? Okay. And we have ourselves another tree. But before we try to do that, let me just see. Oh, we have just not one, but 4 sheriff tape. So let's hear them all.
Well, if I didn't know any better, I'd say this town finally got itself a break. Some new doctor calls himself Vicky River rolled into Rockwood around 2 months ago. Tall, thin fellow, with eyes that never quite settle on you. Friendly enough, though, said he wanted to set up shop and offer services to the town. How we could use it. Closest hospital's an hour away, and most folks around here just gut out their problems until it's too late. Thing is, something about him don't sit right with me. Maybe it's the way he talks, like he's sizing you up, or the fact that no one seems to know where he came from. But folks took to him real quick. If Mrs. Carpenter swore up and down he fixed her arthritis with some kind of injection. Others say his treatments work miracles. Don't know what he's using, but that man's got the whole town singing his praises. I shook his hand once, cold as ice, even in the middle of summer. It could just be my gut talking, but something about that man feels wrong. It's gotten bad. Real bad. People aren't just getting sick, they're changing. The Barker's boy was the first I saw him. He'd been seeing the doc for weeks, and then one day he just stopped talking. Stared straight out ahead like he was in a trance. A couple of days later, his skin started to slough off, like it was rotting. But he wasn't dead. More and more folks started acting strange, losing their memories, wandering the streets like they didn't know who or where they were. And then the screams started. God help me, the screams. I found Mrs. Wilkes, torn apart in her own living room. Her husband, he wasn't even a man anymore. He was something else. Something with teeth where there shouldn't be teeth. Cole Whitlock showed up around then. Said he'd been sent to investigate some classified nonsense. Didn't seem too surprised by what I had told him. Guess someone higher up knew more about this than we did. Cole's sharp though. Got him, Rusty, and a few others together. Figured hiding out here was safer than staying in town. But I don't think that safety's gonna last.
So we finally get the background on what's going on Rockwood. I'm just going to listen to the rest of the 4 later. Let me just pick this up. Let me just get this. Excuse me. Another tape, but I'll just listen to it later. I just want to listen to the last 4 in this room because somehow this track seems a bit very disturbing and uncomfortable. And listening to it makes it even worse and more disturbing and stuff. I'll just read this one later. This one I'm trying to say.
Doesn't matter where you hide. Whatever the sickness is, it doesn't stop. The survivors we brought here, they're not survivors anymore. Daisy's the latest. She was fine this morning, and now she's down in the cellar with the rest of them. Locked up tight. It's the only thing we can do. damn things aren't human anymore. But they still scream like they are. Rusty left 3 days ago. Said he was going back to the gas station to grab more food and fuel. He never came back. Probably ended up like the rest of them. And me? I don't know how much longer I've got. My arm's been itching like hell since that thing in the woods got a hold of me. I tried to clean it, but it's spreading. I can feel it under my skin. Whoa. Cole said he's going back to town. Wants to see if there's a way to call for backup. Told him not to bother. No one's coming for us. No one's even looking. But he went anyway. Hope you had better luck than I did. It's funny, really. Always thought I'd go out in a shootout. Maybe a car crash on the highway. Never imagined I'd end up barricaded in my own damn bedroom. Talking to this hunk of plastic like it'll matter. Hell. Maybe it will. Maybe someone will hear this someday and know what happened to you. The infection's in my veins now. I can feel it. Cold and hot all at once. Gnawing at my insides. I keep hearing their voices outside the door. Not the people I woke up down there. No. These voices, they're older. Darker. They whisper things I can't repeat. Things that make my head feel like it's splitting open. Cole didn't come back. Rusty didn't come back. No one's coming back. And I don't think I'm me anymore. God help me. I refuse to end up like the rest of them.
Well, too bad, because guess what? You're dead. But at least you're not turned into the rest of them. Alright, let's just go downstairs and see what we can find. And I keep forgetting that I have to go to my inventory to unlock it. The fruit cellar. Nice Evil Dead vibe. Don't open. It's too dangerous to try and open it. Of course it is. So, let's just see what we can find. It's a good thing I got these more bandage. Let me see how much. 3. Okay. And I just left my thing over there. Wolf Medanium. Oh, this is very similar to the Wolf Medal for Resident Evil and the Eagle as well. I'm picking it up. Shit. I just did a headshot. Okay, that's good enough. Let's see what we've got inside. And looks like we found what appears to be some fleshy growth here and there. Bridge station. Nice. And what do we got? Metal handle. Ah, great. I'm gonna have to get rid of one of these items. I'll be right back. so I still have the hammer again, those two in the inventory. I just don't understand how somebody could just lock these guys up, check into them. I mean, they are infected after all, but still. There we go. So let's move on to the next objective. I'm trying to go to the bridge. Okay, let's see here. I don't think we need this or the basement key anymore, so let's just pick up combat dagger, just in case if we're out of ammo. Also, let me just try to go back and read the next tape by Doctor. I got a feeling that somebody's gonna have to break the fourth wall of some sort, trying to mention the game or something. Maybe it's just me.
Broadwood. A quiet, unassuming place, nestled in isolation, surrounded by dense forests and forgotten roads. When I first stumbled upon it, I knew it was Providence, a perfect hunting ground for my work. It wasn't long before I established myself, a shadow moving through its streets, selecting my test subjects from among the unsuspecting townsfolk. The serums had evolved by this point, infused with energies I'd unearthed from my study of rituals and ancient rites. Their effects were unpredictable. On most, the changes were subtle at first. The quieting of the mind, a dimming of the light in their eyes. But over time they became hollow, soulless husks, their wills entirely stripped away, wandering aimlessly as blank vessels. Those poor fools, when I canvassed, their minds my playground. But there were others, exceptions. Those whose inner darkness resonated with the serum, amplifying the latent sin buried deep within their hearts. Lust, greed, envy, wrath, each sin carved its own unique mark on their flesh, twisting them into forms that defied nature. Writhing, grotesque beasts, each one unique, born from their vices and transformed into manifestations of hell itself. These creatures, they were more than I ever imagined. And yet, as monstrous as they were, they obeyed me. My will was their law, their very essence bound to the energies I had infused into the serum. Broadwood had become my proving ground, a living experiment in domination of the mind, body, and soul. It's almost poetic, really. A quiet town, now a place of flesh-made fear.
Oh my god, he said it. He said the thing. He said the thing. Alright, let's move on. So we gotten everything we need. The key to the building over there, as well as the handle to pull down the bridge. Of course, we've got to gather all this stuff we need to make the bomb. Still, I don't know how far I've gotten. And as always, I can't speak while I'm trying to focus on something. I really wish I could play these arcade games. Kudos for the developer, like I said before, with the tracks in their previous game. Although I kind of have a feeling that there is another game similar to that the developer was working. The earliest game I tried to play, it seems like it wasn't fully developed yet. I mean, it is in a demo state. I think it was called Bioside or something. Alright. I just wish that it was fully completed. And I wish I could still figure out and remember that this has to be manually to open this and go to the other items. I really cannot speak right now. I don't have to use it. The bridge control box, it looks like some fleshy organic growth has fused with the metal. The handle control, the bridge is missing. Which is right here, so let's turn the crank. Or something. And what happened to the truck? Alright, that's done. Let's just see where the others are.
Jesus, what could have done this? These cuts, clean through the engine like it's butter. Tree's not down, guardrails twisted out. Something huge came through here. But what? Bill, Katya, somebody answer me. Natalie, Marcus. Where the hell is everyone?
Best acting, by the way.
What was that?
Holy shit.
Thing is massive. What the hell is it? I better stay clear of that thing.
Looks like we found our first boss. Unfortunately, we will not be able to fight it because on account this is a demo. Who knows? Maybe we'll be lucky. Let's see. It's not safe to follow that creature into the forest. Point taken. And looks like the trees just knocked out the way back. Let me see what we have. Empty. Okay, the breach charge. A small explosive used to breach doors. Overall, it is non-powerful. To make a large explosion. Okay, I'll take that. So, let's move on to the other area. Oh, that's right. Most of the areas here is just those things just burst out of the barricade. I forgot. So let me just put away some of the stuff that I don't need, which is something. I'll figure it out. I don't think I need these either. So let's move on. I was thinking if this game actually did release with a full release, maybe a month later, we'll probably just have like another edition, like a over-the-shoulder perspective. But I highly doubt. And I forgot these guys are over there, so let me try to cut these bastards as much as I can just to see. Okay. I can also switch target. Okay, that's new. Slice and dice. Okay, I gotta be careful. I'm almost dead. Halfway dead. There we go. And it's auto. Nice. Okay, let's go. And there we go with this guy over there. And now you're next. Alright, let's move on to the other side now. And I'm bleeding for some reason. Alright, so that's just the trail. Okay, Rockwood Trailer Park. No vacancy. Adults only, okay? So they just want to keep their kinks in. That's on them. The tunnel of Rockwood is blocked. I need to find a way to clear this debris. Let's see what's up. Yeah, I am bleeding, so I gotta patch myself up before I die out. But it's nothing serious, at least not yet. A strange cylindrical lock metallic. It looks like I was recently installed. Key is missing. There is a small encryption. The lone wolf finds the path through the Fang and Fury. Okay, so let's just put this there. The medallion. And I can't read properly. And we have ourselves a little puzzle. All you have to do is just, my guess is just turn the knobs individually. Nothing happened. Okay. This one is right here. Let's see if this works. Nothing happened. Okay, so let me just turn this around. There we go. Alright, let's move on. And what do we have here? Still good enough. Some kind of ifty, a vision straight out of hell. Yeah, more like some sort of pagan ritual, as the doctor said before. There's got to be something over here, so let me just change my... Even though I don't have any more bullets, let's just check around. Okay, really nice close-up. Okay, let's see what we have over there and behind here. Oh, nice try. Ooh, that was a good clean shot. Excuse me. Okay, just relax. I'm just checking if there's any other stuff in this trailer. I can't tell if that's actually a actual water balloon popping from like a pump. And we have another plushie. Hold on a second. Is this Cashew? Cashew. I think I've seen him before from different channels. Okay, we got ourselves the duct tape. Okay, that's nice. And let's just go to the next, across the street, or somewhere over there. Okay, reactivator chemicals. Damn it. Why do I keep doing that? I just forget to press the button to pick it up. I just forget about that every time. Ah, there we go. My items are full, so I'm gonna have to use this one. There we go. So I won't be bleeding to death. You know what I can do? Hold on a second. I can place all of these items over in my storage, so that way when I'm close by, I can just get them from there. And yeah, I just put away my gun, so I need that and that. Wait, is that? Hold on a second. Oh my god. Another cameo. Army of Darkness. Nice cheeky way to fool me, huh? And some sort of other movie. Can't tell the other poster, so yeah. Alright, let's... Ooh, shit! Oh, shit. That got me. And I'm bleeding again, so... Luckily I got that, so... Let's move on to the area to fix the bomb. I will be right back. Just to make sure, let me just read the journal, just in case I got everything I need. No, okay, I can't just find it anymore, so... On my way back to the bench. Was it that way? I can't tell. I really wish I could just go zoom in one of the buildings, similar to the original games. That way I could just see which room I missed out, which floor as well. Ah, there it is, the bench. There we go. Now let me reassemble some of the items I need. And let's get this started. Duct tape, bomb, chemical, gas. All right, let's see what I can make. Well, it's not what I was expecting to look like, but it's a bomb of some sort. Looks like a turkey from a far away distant. Yeah, it kind of is. Look like a turkey or a chicken. Alright, but at least we got our detonator charger thing. So let's just place it over there to the barrier to go to the city, to the town that we're supposed to. What do I mean city? This is some sort of country place. Outskirts of the city. I'm not certain if it's actually located in Connecticut or Massachusetts, because, you know, the Ripper is basically like a mad scientist, not straight from H.P. Lovecraft's Herbert West, but William Birkins from the Resident Evil 2 game. Alright, let's just place this and see what happens. A done deal.
The path is clear. Let's hope the others found a way into Rotwood.
And let's see if we can just make it through without getting killed. And who is that behind us? Is that the good doctor himself? Yes, it is. End of demo. Thank you for playing. If you would like to support this full release, please check out our Kickstarter and wishlist Flesh Made Fear below. So yeah, there you have it. That was Flesh Made Fear, the demo. And I gotta say, I am looking forward for this game. I'm really hoping that this is a love letter to all the horror and Resident Evil fans out there. So one of my biggest complaints not biggest, but a few complaints that I have for this game is the typing sound during the dialogues and text. It's somehow in the way. The button structure for the control needs to be fixed a little bit. Like, for example, instead of checking the items, not the items, but pausing the game, it's over in the shoulders and all that. But I'm sure most of the games is going to be fixed once it's released. So yeah, I am looking forward for this game once it releases. So thank you for watching this, and I do hope to see you again in the next project.